Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is March 21st, it is Thursday. I'm Michael Taylor, welcome to the program, and happy birthday to Meredith Goff, very special person in my life. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Meredith. On our show today, we got a good one. It's United. Folks are here. A couple board members going to be in talking about patios, balconies, what you can and can't do in terms of upgrades, what you can put on them, what the processes are. And I know a lot of people want to know about those things because everybody wants to use those. Some people want to turn them into extra rooms and things like that. We're going to go through the do's and don'ts and the rules about why you can and can't do some of those things on your balcony. So that's an important one. Hey, another important one is if you want to go shopping. Well, we've got some great news for you. The bus is about to pack up. It is March destination shopping, and on Tuesday, March 26th, you can hop on the Village bus to the shops in Mission Viejo, which features Nordstrom's, Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, Apple Store. They even have a Microsoft store in there. That's going to be on March 26th from 10 a.m. to 1:30. You need to make the reservation today. All the way till 10 p.m. you can make a reservation by calling 949-597-4659. The bus will depart from the transportation hub at 10 a.m. and returns at 1:30. The transportation hub is temporarily relocated to the parking lot on the east side of the Village Library. So make sure you know that, all because of what's going on over there at Clubhouse 1 with all the restorations. It is going to be $10 per rider. They do not take cash, so make sure you have your credit card or your debit card on you to make sure you can pay for the ride and have a great day of shopping over at the Mission Viejo Mall. That's my mall. I go there all the time. You can usually find me in the food court. Let's take a look outside as we look at our weather. We got some cloudy stuff this morning. If you're watching our 9 a.m. show, you know that's true. But it should clear out to mostly sunny skies a little later today, and a nice day as well, 71 degrees. Another nice day tomorrow, about the same temperature, about the same situation. A little fog in the morning, then a little bit of a clear out, but we got some clouds moving in. Looks like we got about a 35% chance of rain on Saturday, mostly in the morning, but we'll see how that pans out. And then maybe even a little bit of a carryover on Sunday. We got that little chance of showers. Then Monday, we start getting a clear out, but it is a much cooler storm, so we're going to have much cooler temperatures as we head into the weekend and into next week. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset as we go here. We got a beautiful picture here from Ben Givens. Looks like he took that over by Old Toro Road, over by Laguna Hills City Hall, and it's a great shot. Thank you for that one, Ben. We got the sunrise this morning. It was 6:52. Sunset tonight, 7:04. The days are getting longer. Okay, if you want to send us a picture like Ben did of a great sunrise, sunset, pets, places you've been, whatever it might be, we'd love to put them on our Sunrise Sunset segment. You can do that by sending us an email, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you send us your name and where you took the picture, and we will put it on our Sunrise Sunset segment. Okay, we got a couple meetings to tell you about, and then when we come back, we'll be talking to the folks from United. Stay with us.
Welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Laguna Woods Dental Care, our goal is to serve and provide dental services to the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is currently specializing in senior dental care from USC Dental School and has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 16 years. At Laguna Woods Dental, our top priority is your overall wellness, ensuring your current medications do not affect your oral health. We offer a convenient plan for $250 a year that includes exam, x-rays, and all types of cleanings are covered. Our office is located right outside of gate number 3. Come book your appointment today.
We believe every senior should be able to remain healthy, happy, and at home. At Caring Senior Service, we understand the value of compassion and companionship. Our caregivers promote health, happiness, and independence. We cook nutritional meals, engage in meaningful activities, run errands, do light house cleaning, and more. Call us toll-free at 833-926-3700 or visit our website, caringseniorsservicelw.com. Healthy, happy home. Caring Senior Service.
Caring for your health shouldn't be dictated by what you can afford. At MVS, we are a family-owned business that has provided quality healthcare products for seniors in their homes for over 30 years. We negotiate on your behalf with top manufacturers to deliver low prices. We provide vital resources while staying committed to making the experience of getting medical supplies you need as easy as possible by ensuring easy online shopping and free shipping. When life is difficult, we make things simple.
I want to talk about some very important information about your patios, about your balconies, about restorations you might be wanting to do around your place. And we're going to do that with folks from United Laguna Woods Mutual. We have a phone call coming in, don't worry about that. Allison Bach and Anthony Liberatore are joining us today. And thank you guys very much for being here. Anthony's going to fiddle with his phone just for a second. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Anthony. It happens.
I'm ready.
I want to ask you about, you guys are taking a look at the architectural standards that are going on. Why are we revisiting this? What's going on? Give us the kind of big overview.
Well, all of the architectural standards are under review right now, a periodic review that occurs from time to time, and it's been many years since we looked at them as an entity, as a whole. And of course, things change on the state level, on the federal level, on the local level, and we have to keep current with the codes. So Anthony is in charge of that particular committee, and he can tell you about some of the plans that group has in conjunction with BMS staff to review all of those standards.
Right, and you guys want to, basically, Anthony, you guys have, there's some rules that are standards in terms of just what you can do in terms of building, but also there's an aesthetic in the homeowners association that you want to maintain a certain look and a certain feel to the community, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You know, our buildings have a certain style to them, and when we put something on, like an atrium or a balcony, we'd like it to fit and look the same. And also there's certain, and that requires certain types of materials, and we try to, that's why we have 44 standards, and the last one having to do with fences, so that we can keep our place looking attractive and give it more value, add value added to our manners, and so in the Architectural Control and Standards Committee, that's what we try to do, and help people that want to add on to their manner, and to make sure it's done in a way that it enhances our manners.
Almost every unit, whether it's in a 2-story building, 3-story building, 1-story building, upstairs, downstairs, everybody has some aspect of outdoor space that they can use, that they can incorporate, that's considered their private access and private use. So the space between your gate and your front door, for example, is often considered a patio, and it can be partially enclosed, partially roofed. If you are upstairs and have a balcony, a lot of balconies can be enclosed. None of these things were enclosed or roofed in their original design or construction. So they're all considered alterations. And that means coming to alterations department here, if you haven't done it before, and making sure that you're in compliance with the current rules and resolutions.
And at your March meeting, you guys introduced some of the updates and the information. So what basically went on there? What were some of what are some of the big changes, or?
Well, the main changes are like there's certain things like we don't like plastic and corrugated plastic on the atriums. You know, the sun does terrible things to that stuff, and it looks ugly after a while, tacky.
Very quickly.
So, you know, it's things like that, and then materials change. New, more attractive and sturdier materials come, and so our staff, headed up by Mr. Mejia, does a great job in keeping on top of this stuff, bringing it to the committee, our committee. We ask questions and we talk about it, and the committee likes what we hear from staff, or we send them ask them for more information. Then we, as a committee, refer it up to the board in form of a resolution for the board to consider. And so our staff is really hands-on, and they get into this stuff. And some of these, if you look at them, some of the resolutions have, like on 20, it's been revised 8 times since 2002. So not only do we do it we look at them periodically, but also if something comes up, staff jumps right on it. And you can see in Standard 20 there, it's been, since 2002, it's been revised. Well, this year it's 7 there, but it'll be 8 times.
So right now these are proposals. How can people take a look at them? How can they find out what's going on? How can they give their input?
Always go to the website and Laguna Woods Mutual Documents, Operating Rules, United Architectural Standards. And there's the wonderful list on the screen that shows all the things that are examined, controlled, and taken into account so that we have some standardization. That protects not only the man or owner themselves, but also the neighbors around. And so it makes it very clear, not only the consistent aesthetics, the consistent quality of construction, but that you're not impinging on your neighbors in some way that would be harmful to them.
Right, and you know, if you're doing something that's maybe out of standard, you're drilling holes in walls, and there becomes a leak, all of a sudden you have a shared wall, and things like that can happen.
You got it,
So what are some of the reasons why these need to be reviewed right now? Like you said, you made 8 changes since 2020. Why are there so many needs to update and make these changes?
There's different reasons. For instance, something may have come up unexpectedly, staff turns right on it, but then we're constantly every so years looking over them to see if they have to be updated to keep up to standards and to make sure we're up to code. Code is number one, that's the driving force. But then something will come up, maybe a fire or weather damage or something that has to be addressed by staff, and that's what it's all about. And they do a great job. And then again, staff will come to us in Architectural Control and Standards Committee. We'll ask questions and try to understand it. And if we understand it and go along with it, then we send it up to the board for final consideration.
And that's one of the things people probably need to understand. You guys are not trying to stand in the way of anybody making improvements to their home.
Absolutely not.
You just want to make sure they're doing it correctly. Like once you open up a wall, whatever standard was in that wall in the 1960s is now going to have to come up to 2024 standards, right?
And we don't step in to say you've got to change what's there now. It's only when you go to make an alteration, make a change. So if something is functional, if it's been there for years and years and was built to the standard and to the code
of that time,
of the era, there's nothing you need to do.
And Michael, we discussed this before in the last interview. These buildings are 60 years old, some of them. When you start tearing into a wall or tearing into a floor, you can get into some real serious issues with asbestos or that mastic stuff, you know. And so what we're trying to do is make it as painless as possible. And one of the ways to do that, if you're thinking of doing something, go to our website, and there's 44 standards in there, and you can get an idea of what you're going to be up against. And for God's sake, get a contract.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's right.
Now, if somebody decides, hey, I don't want to just expand or improve my balcony or whatever. I want to turn it into a room. What are the steps they need to make sure they're taking before they take that leap?
Well, find your blueprints if you can possibly find blueprints from the original build. Also, look at your alteration list that you got at the time of closing that shows all the things that are no longer standard in your unit. Take a look at that. And then, of course, go to the website, look at the standards, and see what's involved with what specifically you might want to do. And then come to see the alterations department. And take it from there. Then it's your imagination is the limit as to what you can do within the rules. So there are going to be rules that, for example, aluminum, vinyl coated aluminum, and coated aluminum are the only materials that are permitted right now for for walls and for stanchions.
For the enclosures when you're doing those things.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the roof materials have to be approved.
Right.
The attachments have to be sunk into concrete, for example. They have to be aluminum, so they're not going to rust out, and they have
Right.
to have a 4-inch base beneath them. So it goes on and on and on, and it's not
Another thing, too,
not a simple question.
We don't like anymore to have, when you're putting a cover on your balcony,
Right.
we don't like it to tie into the main roof because our buildings are old, dissimilar materials, and so we don't want you tying in a new balcony cover into the roof of the main building. It has to be standalone up against it, you know.
No plexiglass, right, Tony?
Nope, or
Right.
corrugated.
No
yeah.
corrugated, no plexi.
And that's
yeah.
one of the standards you can find in Standard 39 in terms of that covers that basically balconies and patios
Yes.
and what you can and can't do.
Yes.
Because they weren't made to be a room, so there's definitely going to be some
Right.
major. It's not just, hey, I'm putting a wall up and everything will be
Yeah,
fine.
right.
There's some major changes that have to go, and you have to meet some major obligations.
Well, you know,
right?
Allison brought something up when we were talking out here that those are all alterations.
Nothing was built, with
Right.
a patio, an enclosed or semi-enclosed patio.
Right.
All of the atria were open. They are not roofed. So anything like that that has occurred over the years is considered an alteration.
Right.
And you got to start with that assumption. And that's why there's some new standards for atrium covers.
Okay.
That's part of the new resolution that was passed, and that's under review right now.
Yes.
The atrium is an interesting feature. A lot of units have the atrium, and they're great, and they're also tantalizing because you look at that space if you've got one, and you think, oh, what can I do out there?
Right.
And some parts of the year they're entirely useful, other parts of the year they're not so pleasant. So people can grow gardens and so on, but then they start thinking, well, if I just put a roof over that and a skylight and did this and did that, I'd have an extra room.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I'd have a bigger dining room.
Sure, yeah. People see the value in that.
Sure,
And you're doing these patios and
Right.
balconies and atriums. You're adding square footage to
Yeah.
your living space, and that adds value, and so that you can
Right.
see where there's an attraction to that.
But then you got the California Building Code coming in.
Oh, that darn building code.
So if you make it into a bedroom, there's some qualifications.
Right.
There has to be an exit. But if
An
you-
exit alternative than the main door, right? A secondary exit.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
For an emergencies like fire, earthquakes, and those kinds of
Yes.
things for access.
Right. So it's not that this cannot be done, it's that from a technical standpoint, that room that perhaps was a bedroom adjacent to an atrium that had a door into the atrium, that room may now have to become a den or an office
Okay.
rather than a bedroom.
Okay.
Again, because of that two-access rule that the state imposes on us.
Now, if I decide to do alterations,
Yeah.
balcony, patio, atrium, whatever that might be, if there's a problem with it, if there's some leak or if there's some sort
Right.
of issue with it, is it still part of the HOA coming in and taking some responsibility there, or is it all on me now, since I'm the one who?
If you made the
Made the change.
alteration, it wasn't part of the standard building, yes, it's on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why people have to look at that carefully. And they also have to consider the insurance angle. Your HO6 insurance policy might have to be increased if you do some serious alterations to those aspects, to patios, to balcony, to atrium, to make sure that that new construction is covered by your HO6 policy.
That's a great point, Allison, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, right? Because if you're adding that kind of value, and then
Right.
if there's some sort of claim, and they say, no, you only have a patio here, but that, no, that's our third
Yeah.
bedroom we put in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an excellent point to keep
And the
in mind.
maintenance of that roof, too, can be an issue. We're not allowed to go crawling around on our roofs. The roof access is very limited to staff or to contractors only. So to make sure exactly, especially if you've put in a skylight in that atrium, that does have to be inspected. It might have to be recalked. You have to make sure there aren't any leaks and
Yes.
so on going on. So who's going to do that? Who's going to get up on that roof? Well, that alteration is something that the manor owner did, but the manor owner is not in a position to go up on that roof and
Right.
inspect it. So therefore, you have to contact staff and find the way to do it.
Right.
Great. And what are some of the creative things you guys have seen people do in terms of balconies, atriums, and things that are going on here that may or may not be in compliance?
Well, I'll talk about the things that are completely kosher and great to see. A lot of people grow plants, of course. They have orchid gardens, or they have seedlings that they've started, and succulents and so on. Of course, there's the great furniture. And you can buy such a beautiful array of patio furniture and enjoy like an outdoor room, a 3 seasons, if not a 4 seasons room outside. It's a great play area for kids or for pets. There are people who do arts and crafts out there, art studio, the sewing center. I've seen people with the woodworking workshop going on out there. Of course, just plain old sunbathing, drying the laundry. I mean, it goes on and on and on, and those are all, perfect.
Yeah, my wife and I like the fresh air, so we haven't enclosed it, but my wife's into succulents, and we have a lot of them.
Right.
She really enjoys that. Our neighbors have enclosed their patios and their balconies, but we sort of enjoy the open air. We're right on the Serpentine Walk, so we enjoy it. To leave it the way it is. But you can have a lot of ideas, on those things. And in my building, people have just made extra rooms out of them, and they really make the place look really big.
Yeah. The thing you can't do is you can't change the plumbing or the electrical that goes into that area.
Okay.
That has to be left as is. So you can't install a heating system, for example. Now, some people might put in a space heater, just a plug-in space heater. And if that's to code, that's all right.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can't all of a sudden decide, well, I think I'm going to put in a wet bar with a, no.
Sounds great.
Wait a minute. Not that it hasn't been done, but
Right.
Yeah.
And those are things. What are some of the things folks have come to you and requested that just can't be done? Like you said, plumbing and those kinds of things really can't be done.
Well, the thing that we have to be careful about is the types of materials they use.
Right.
We can't go on. I hate to say this, you can't go on the cheap, because again, we're worried about building appearance, and that relates to building value. So we have to make sure that the materials they use are up to code, and that they add something to the building. That's the thing that we're going to be watching for.
Also, you can't do anything that's going to impinge in a negative way on your neighbors. We're all connected here.
It's a community.
It's a community, and in United, we don't have any freestanding single-family homes, so to speak. So you have to be very careful that you're not creating like a roof situation where the guttering would go into your neighbor's area, or that you're doing something out there that's very noisy and intrusive. Now, what to do if you think your neighbor is doing something like that, or for sure that something's been done, and that's what Tony's going to talk about when neighbors aren't exactly neighborly with these aspects.
We want to avoid confrontation, neighbor to neighbor. That's not good. That's why we have staff and we have resident services. If there's an issue being caused by a neighbor's action or inaction, the best thing to do is get in touch with staff, resident services, or even in some cases security, if that is, and explain it to them. They will deal with it. You don't have to get in any kind of a confrontation with your neighbor that you have to live with there day in and day out. And that's really important. We want to avoid those types of situations, because it just goes downhill very rapidly.
And it can go on for years.
Yes.
It never has a good outcome, it seems, for anybody.
Well, there you go. And the short and the long, it's yes, you can make alterations, but do it the right way. Talk to staff, go to the website, figure it out, make sure you have a plan, and make sure you're doing it in accordance with everything.
We've tried, staff and the directors have tried to make it as painless as possible.
Absolutely.
If people would just take time to go on the website, start there, and then come to resident services, it'll be a pleasant experience.
Anthony and Allison from United Mutual, thank you so much for joining us today. Great
Thank you,
information.
Michael. Good to see you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
Welcome to OCI Care, Laguna Woods' premier laser and premium cataract surgery center.
I just wanted my cataracts removed. It was pain-free. I was so impressed because I was so frightened to have it done. After surgery, I was able to use my eyes immediately. It was a miracle, really.
It's just been wonderful to be able to see everything. It's even better than he said it was going to be because I saw instantly.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
Welcome back. Let's take a quick check on the Friday movie for tomorrow, and it's a good one, The Lincoln Lawyer with Matthew McConaughey. It's brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. It's one of those legal thrillers. It's a good one. 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Make sure you catch that one. It's a fun one. Let's take a quick check on our weather before we head out. And if you're watching the 9 a.m. program, well, it's still a little cloudy out there. If you're watching at 12:30 and 5, hopefully you got a little sunny. That's our prediction. We're going to hopefully start off with the clouds, but then move to sunny skies by the afternoon. High of 71, that's going to be basically the highest temperature of the week is going to be this day very much. Tomorrow, 69, a little cooler, and then we hit it in the rain on the weekend, and cooler weather for the start of next week as well. So enjoy the next couple days without the rain, and in for a little bit of a wet weekend, unfortunately, folks. Tomorrow on this day, we're going to meet the folks with Adopt to It, and as well as Sports Corner with Cole Young, the 101st edition of Sports Corner with Cole Young. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Do you suffer from low back pain? Hoag Orthopedic Institute is the #1 provider of orthopedic and spine care in Orange County. Our Back to You program is a unique, non-operative, evidence-based approach to treating low back pain. Our spine strengthening program combines physical therapy with education on pain and nutrition. Let Hoag Orthopedic Institute's Back to You program get you back to doing what you love. For more information, visit hoiexperts.com/spine or call 855-999-4641 to find a doctor.
The Hoag Classic is returning March 20th through the 24th. Come experience the thrill of champions. For tickets, visit hoagclassic.com. See you at the beach.